Hi, Charles Moman here. Well, I was hoping by this episode I could tell you, yay, I got all the insulation done and the wiring, but I didn't. I got most of the insulation done and just about ready to do the ceiling, but I realized something. Thanks for watching. I chose to go with the mineral wool in the pockets down below and the polyiso on the walls. It'll be polyiso, not as thick, up here in the ceiling. And I was about to do it, but I realized I need to put the wood for the supports, the structure, where you put the cabinets on, and the wood for the ceiling and the walls and all that. And so I need to decide how I'm going to support that, if I need to do a lattice pattern like some do, or just have bigger expanses. And I'll have that. You'll see that next week for sure. So this video is just going to show you how I did it. You have to choose something. These are a big metal box. You can get hot or cold. Pick a way to insulate it, and just make it your best choice. So people there's different camps about what's the best way to do it, and this is how I've chosen it, and it's on me, and I think it's going to work. Let's see how I did it. So today I've got 2 big packs of mineral wool, and it has 7 bats, and I'm going to be cutting and starting to fill up the some of the cavities here. So if you've watched anybody doing this, you always see them doing this. They stick their hand in, they show you, like, look, my fingers are coming out there. You know, you have to make sure that you measure, when you're measuring to cut your pieces, to make sure you get the depth and the whole area when you're cutting. I'm going to just start measuring sections and then bringing the mineral wool in and not smashing it. I want it to have that airspace in it so it can do its job of insulation. So that's what's going to be in here. And then these areas here will be the 2-inch polyiso foam boards that I'll be putting in here. So this is John's Mansville, and it's they are 4 inches thick. They have even thicker ones, but these come with 7 bats, and they are 4 by 4 essentially. So let me go measure my spot again, and then come back and cut this. So we'll see if I can fit this in there without having to cut it, but I think I'm going to have to cut it some more to fit in here. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, there's no way. So I've got an area like that, and it really stops right there. So I will cut this in half and see what I can do.
Soft.
Yep.
What is that for?
It helps. It's going to help keep the cold out. So I'm getting a good start. I'm glad I got the R15 instead of the R23, because I don't think it would have fit in a lot of these cavities, and I'd be tearing this apart. And so I'm just making sure to fill it. I can see already in these first 2 a little bit of a gap, so I'll make sure to fill that in. I'm going to get it well insulated here, and like I said, I'm going to be putting the 2-inch foam all around there, and you'll see me do that shortly. But I'm just working my way around, and I've got the smaller cavities up there, and I will see about what I've seen people do is pulling some through these beams up here, because I really do not want to use the spray foam. I really don't like that at all, or spray glue. I won't be using any of that either. So, well, they're right when they say you probably should wear a mask. It's not as bad as the fiberglass stuff, that's for sure. It's just kind of like dust, and so gloves and long sleeves for sure. But I use 6 out of the 7 4-inch bats to take care of these lower cavities. And wow, some of them, it's amazing how far up they go. You just keep sliding it and keep going and going and going. So now I'll start working on the upper cavities, and I might go ahead and work on the beams as well, get some of it up there. It's good to finally get this in. Well, this is what I have left of that first bag of 7 bats of the 4-inch, and so I've got all of the upper parts, lower parts on this side, and the lower parts on this shorter side, because obviously the door. So now I need to do the upper, and it's really interesting when you do these upper ones. I thought, wow, I wasn't looking ahead. I go, man, those are narrow, so you have to kind of cut it to make it fit, and then it's even tighter up here. And so you'll need to use something because, for example, up here I was putting in narrow pieces and pushing and pushing and pushing. I was amazed how far it went. So if you want perfection, this might drive you crazy, because I don't think I'm getting insulation every single, square inch inside these pockets. I'm coming close, and I may be getting it pretty well, but it's really tough to know for a fact what you're doing. Well, these are tricky to do. I've seen people, the ones that use insulate, I can see how the way that stays together as a unit, cut a piece and pull it through with a wire. That doesn't work so well with this, though I have been able to cut narrow pieces, and in some of the bigger holes just push, and it goes through pretty well. So I do the best I can, and I use the long screwdriver too. I'm not putting the insulation directly in the metal. As you know, if you followed, behind here is a kill mat, and then on top of it is Noico, same company, but it's got this foam. And what I found was, I didn't want to glue it on like most people do with spray glue. These are stick pins, and they've got a sticky back, and what you do is you put these where you want the foam board to stay, and it will stay once you put the washer anchor on it, and then push this up, and there'll still be some gap around it. There's just no way. It's a different measurement from here to here, this side, than from here to down here. It widens, so that's why I kind of been trimming and so this is longer than the width of the foam, and when you put them on there, they're going to stay on. This Well, let's see how carefully I can get this on there. Just know that once you commit, there you are. But I know I can fill around it. So you better watch out how you push. But here they've come through, and I did a pretty good job. And so now I put these little anchors on, and I'll show a close-up. But these just fit over, and it will still be sticking out, the little spikes, and so I will break or cut those off, and then I will cover those places with the foil tape as well. I do believe it's going to stay there. So I just push them on, and there you go. I'm not dealing with any spray glue. So actually, if I wanted to take this off, I could. It would. These little guys wouldn't want to let go. That's for sure. But I could take it off if I needed to. And these anchors definitely snug them in. Actually, you may have noticed I put in two in the center for some unknown overkill reason. I bought 100 of this size and 100 stick pins of a little bit shorter for the thinner installations going up here, so I've got enough. Well, I've got, as far as I'm concerned, this side, the insulation is essentially done. I've got the mineral wool in the cavities, and boy, it's tough to get every little place, but you just do the best that you can. And then I've got the polyiso boards in these big areas. I have them taped where they seamed. I put tape over the stick pins. I nipped them off, and there's still a little bit left, so I put tape over them, but it really doesn't make any difference because quite soon it's going to all be covered up anyway. So I've taped around. I haven't taped underneath yet, so I need to do that. I'm pleased with that, so tomorrow I'll get this other side, the installation completed. Still thinking about the sliding door. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing there. Inside these doors, I've really stayed away from them so far. I just don't want to mess up the mechanism, so we shall see what I do about the installation on that. Well, as you continue to find out, I'm really not doing a how-to band conversion build series. I'm showing you how we did it. So I don't always show in detail me doing every little thing because there's a million videos out there to show you, just kind of showing you what ways I've chosen to do this band build. I've got my wire, my boxes and tape and switches and you name it, I've got it. I'm ordering today my some puck lights, and so I'll be ready when I put the shiplap in. So things are moving along, and I'm excited to start working on the cabinetry as well. I think we're going to drop the IKEA idea, and we're going to approach it in a different way, and you'll find out about that probably in the next video. So there you go, just all about installation this time. Thanks for watching. See you next time.